I think that they definitely did something to him.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
What's up, guys? Master Styles here. Welcome you back to Inside Gaming, your go-to source for all things Eternal Evolution. And today we're back on Eternal Evolution, and we're going to continue our conversation about the new hero. Thing is, they definitely increased this guy's damage. He got a buff at some point, but they never mentioned it did, right? I think they're on vacation. I think so. But definitely something's different about his damage. It's not that I brought him up to evolutionary levels for the increase in his damage. So again, technically, quote unquote, this is his EX30 video. For those that don't know, whenever a new hero comes out, I do a first look and then I do the EX30 video. Yes, in the first look, I bring him to EX30. I know, leave me alone. Okay? For Garen, it's fairly simple. I've been using them for long enough now. And I've played around with HP, and HP. I've tried attack speed, HP. My reason for attack speed is because this is the only move that he's doing outside of his ultimate, right? Two passives, right? Wait, what? That's a common skill? Really? How's this a common skill? This is pretty much a passive. That is not a common skill. During the formation of a squad sounds like a passive, right? He's an Atlas. And allied heroes that trigger ignore death effects gain 40% increase to their damage and lifesteal for 5 seconds. That should just be for the whole fight. I already said this before, that's just stupid. You don't get that much ignore deaths unless you're Becky, right? And of course, if you have Zamira, you gain an additional one. Stupid, right? They should have just been for the whole fight. It makes no sense. Upon receiving fatal damage, Erubir ignores it. This is a passive. This is not a common skill. Okay? So here, this is the only move he did, and that's why I was like, you know what? Might as well give him attack speed. He'll do it faster. Is it really going to help? Not necessarily, right? So I would recommend HP, charge, vigorous. PvP, you can go with some damage reduction where you put damage reduction boots, and of course, blessed here or wherever you want to place it, your 2 sets, whichever one has the best stats, substats I should say. But that is that there for him. Let's go to his talent tree here. We could have gotten some HP here in these two. Defense is trash. There's no point upon defense. It doesn't really register as something that you would want to use, but hey, it's added defense. Only time that I see defense being something that actually matters is when the boss has high defense. When the heroes have high defense, I don't know what goes on. There's a disconnect there. But again, they could have put that here, put some additional HP there, which would have helped. One thing, go back to his common skill. I wish he would have run up before he cast this move here. And even this has a little bit of a passive in it because he actually does his shield and then he does this attack. Thing is, I wish he had a charge in it so he can at least trigger the effect of the immortal effect of charge, right? Where once you cast 3 charges, you gain some additional damage to your skills. Ultimate skill? It's only ultimate skills. Oh, interesting. So it doesn't even apply to the common skill. Didn't even realize that. Okay, learn something new every day. But that is that there. We also have for the Vanguard team. Give me a second here. We have to do Vanguard PvP content. My God, let me breathe. Okay, all right. I made some changes in terms of working on these Vanguards. I cringe inside, right? I brought Heindel to Awaken 9. That was close anyways. Barag is now Awaken 6. I also bought Ares to Awaken 9. I also brought Masrani to Awaken 9. So again, all those additional stats will help out the team in PvP, right? That's primarily it. What else we have going on? Let's see. We're not gonna go back to Lost Valley. That's when he's a new hero. We're not going there. We'll go here just to see. We're just gonna do one run through here. We do need to do some ultimates, and they're good at that. So we'll go with the Vanguards here. I cannot put him up front because he's gonna end up dying. And Ares can stay with what he has. Heindel gave you some bug gears. Either one of them have bug gears. It's just my setup. You go here because Heindel's gonna end up just being the one up front. You. If I put Durelli in there, they'll win. If I don't put Durelli in there, they won't win. We got, I guess, fine. We'll give them a win. No, we're not. No, they need to earn it. We'll go with that. And also, I forgot, I bought Barag to Super Breakthrough 7, if that even means anything, really. What are we looking for here? We need a support. So we'll go here. I just want to see what they do. They just need to do ultimates. Just do some ultimates, stay alive. That's all I'm asking for. Do a lot of ultimates. Not asking for too much. As you can see, the damage out the gate is literally minimal. But, interestingly enough, let's watch his damage here. We'll focus on him. The others are going to do what they got to do. And he's dead already. That's one. I don't even know if they can survive this. This is what, 16? And he comes back to life. Right? And he's going to end up dying anyways. Yeah. That's the problem. He's dead. So he's dead. But look at his damage from just off of the initial. So to protect him, which is annoying, we have to kick out somebody. Who do we kick out? Somebody's got to go. Ares, Barag. Let's just remove Barag for right now. Just for right now. I know. Or do we remove Ares? Ares do more ultimates. So all right, let's see what happens here. If we can just keep him alive long enough, like that. So you see that there, where you have to run up, and especially in his own. This is his own content. So keep that in mind. He has to run up. Yes, he puts on the shield, but by the time he puts on the shield, it's already too late. Right? He already took a big chunk of damage there. But again, the problem that they're gonna have here is that eventually they're just gonna start dying. Once Heindel goes down, the rest of the team just falls apart. But now, in this situation, his damage is less, interestingly enough, right? So when Barag wasn't there, his damage was less. So what's the difference? The bleeds, maybe. And that's another thing. Speaking about bleeds, I wish he had bleeds. He should have gotten bleeds. But at least he's staying around. He's sticking around this time. Before he was just dead. I don't know if it's the additional protection from, what's her name, Fiona. Fiona gives them something. I can't remember right now. It's too early in the morning. And I don't use Vanguards like that. And I barely use Assassins too. So whatever that effect is, it's keeping him alive. Because before he was just getting dead real fast. And I think his, what is that? His charge. Not charge. And it, what rage. Rage. It takes a while for it to build up. But this hero right here, again, even with the change in the damage, we're just gonna let them lose anyways. I don't really need them to do this. Yeah, I don't need to push 7. I was thinking that, was I gonna push 17? Because we could do that, but stop it. We'll stop it there, right? The reason I'm stopping it there is because if I put in Durelli, they'll have a better chance. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna fast forward and we're gonna come back right to the second. Okay, so Durelli, as you can see, is gonna help a lot, but they still didn't beat it. Even with the help of Durelli, they didn't beat it. Granted, if they could have stayed alive with just the 4 of them, they possibly could. But again, let's just look at his damage here. 27 billion. The other 2, they did 40 billion. Granted, they do have on some additional bug gear increases, right? Give it take, just give it take. But his damage is a lot better than before, I can tell you that. So they did a lot of ultimates there, which is great, and they actually completed it. Good job, Vanguards. They actually did something. Wow, they actually finished that. So if you have Vanguards and you're trying to complete that challenge, just throw them in here, especially if you have Ares, right? Just throw them in there if you're trying to complete that mission. There's a tip there. Let's go over to Holy Land contract. Let's see what they got. I'm not gonna turn that on. This is more reduction, reduce crit damage. Okay, healing, lightning. Don't care about the other stuff, right? What is this one? This one says reduce shield strength for all ally units by 50. What's shield strength? What are they talking about? Oh, they're reducing your shields now. Huh. Do we even... What team am I running? This is a team that I run. This one could be annoying. I have this saved, right? I have the Vanguard team that I was using. I can't remember which one. We'll just see what they do, right? Can we see what the Vanguards themselves can do here? They don't do nothing, really. I don't really trust them to do anything. All right, so take you out, you out. Zane isn't actually bad. But we'll just turn on the contract. We'll turn on the boss's damage because chances are they'll end up dying anyways. And we'll turn on everything else and see how much we can get, right? If you're going the Vanguard route. So we need Nindle, right? We also need you and you. And we'll put Zane in there because he is going to increase the damage of Atlas heroes. And of course, what's his name also counts as Atlas. It's weird that they put the one where the contract where if you're not a Windfair, you do less damage, which also goes against Heimdall. Heimdall's a natural Atlas. But let's switch this over just to see what they can do, right? I'll do 1 minute. I'm not gonna go the whole way. I'm just not. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I have the wrong support in there. I was supposed to put in what's her name. It just hit me just now. Zamira. But yeah, Fiona will have to do for right now, right? I'm not going back and I'm not restarted. It is what it is. They're not going to be the team that I use anyway. So I just wanted to see what he does here. But in this situation, Zane's just there to support the damage, of course. Interestingly enough, Barag is right behind him, right? Awaken 7 Barag is going to be interesting. That bleed that does additional true damage, 10% of the boss's HP. Think about that. That should be interesting. So here he's beating out Heimdall a little bit, right? I've heard that he does better in single target situations, but again, remember with him, I think that they definitely did something to him, because you see where Zane was. Yeah, Zane, right? Yeah, I'll say around there, maybe a little bit more than that. That's where he was. So Barag's looking not bad. I was gonna go to a minute, but they're close. Once Barag goes to 7, I don't think it'll be that close anymore. But as you can see here, definitely some things different about him in his damage, and he's still only doing the one attack. He's not doing another attack. He casts the shield, and then he does the swipe. That's it. Just the swipe the whole time. But it seems like he's doing a lot more ultimates here. Let's just take a look at him real quick. See, he did one there. That's one. And then in a few seconds again, he's doing one. So he's doing like at least 2-3 ultimates in like a 10 second span. He's doing like 3 ultimates. So that could explain the increase in his damage, because he's doing more ultimates, huh? But this would be the score that I would get if I was running. Obviously, I can change over to Zamira, but I'm definitely going to do better than this. I already know that. With the team that I was running in the beginning, they'll blow through all of this. But again, that is that there. He actually ended up out DPS in Heimdall. Heimdall seems like he needs more targets to bring out that big damage. Look at Heimdall. Wow. That's Awaken 9 Heimdall, by the way. I guess we need Awaken 10, right? Yeah, so again, his damage there, he out DPS on Awaken 5 Barag. Yeah, okay. You seen it there? All right, what else we have? We have our boy, and then we'll move into the friendly. So he has Vanguards. I was actually playing around with the tank team and made some changes to the tank team. I don't have... Okay, we'll just go with this. Claire, what do you have? We'll go with... No, Claire's not going to be on the team. With that running Maz alone, yeah, you have to have some stones on you just to run Maz alone, right? On your Vanguard team. The stones on this guy. So we'll do full in because again, in the back there, just can't get to them. And we'll have clear, and I think here, right? Yep. No Dorelli, unfortunate, but what can we do, right? Because we're going based off of, is this the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. I was checking to see. That's the right commander. We got 4 Vanguards. Let's go here. So I'm doing it based off of that. Move back to the middle. And you and you. Don't know why you have on bug gear, but okay. All right. Let's see if we can win this one. Maz got a bump in terms of his, what do you call that? His awaken level. So did Heindel, and so did Ares. Can we win this one? And interestingly enough, our support survived. Last time they were dead. They were dead last time, so Maz still ended up dying. She also ended up dying. I think running, what's his name? Dominic. Right? I think Dominic, well, not support Dominic, I should say. Actually would help. Erubir here. Of course, we got it done. And he stayed alive. I wasn't even paying attention to the new hero, but because I seen that Dominic came in and took out Zamira. But let's see the damage here. He didn't do nothing. This is why I didn't run him. Because I used Claire in that situation. So we'll run that fight one more time with Claire. Because again, it also, you need to see how the Vanguards would do themselves. Where that's why I put Claire in the other one, but because he's not doing much here. And remember, he doesn't bring anything to the team. So what is the point, right? It goes back to the original part, right? So let's see here. They're going to go back and forth. And of course, Dominic is annoying because he actually ends up taking out Zamira here, right? Interesting. So see, there's a big difference between the last time we faced. Maz still ended up dying because Maz doesn't really have great gears on him. I'm not going to lie, he doesn't. This Heindel is annoying because he's trying to pack a mount on Heindel. Zamira is still alive, strangely enough, right? Because usually she's dead at this point. And she just died. His Heindel died. And that only leaves Ares. Ares is annoying. He really is. Awaken, I think it's Awaken 10 Ares. He's very annoying to deal with. He's so annoying. There he is. Okay. So now we can beat that Vanguard team, right? Claire helped. But again, for Erubir, I'm just not running him. I'm not, because Claire is going to give the additional damage increase and damage reduction, right? So, all right, so we have the energy team here. We'll put him in there, right? For the sake of the video, right? Ugh, Vanguard. This one has Ravenna, right? I think maybe bring in Super Breakthrough Claire, possibly, but that's more resources. I want to do Super Breakthrough Vaz, right? So I'm trying to save for that. Ravenna versus Take, right? I think Take is a better option because it keeps the team up for longer. Yes, Ravenna does more damage and she's Awakened 10, so you're going to get that increase in damage from 9 and 10, right? And plus the knockbacks. So in this situation, where can we kill, at least take one off of Akai? Take off one, right? So we took one off of him and I think he died there. We're going to lose our support as usual. And I think it will come down to Heindel, like always. So see, the biggest problem with this guy is his running. It's just like, for him to get into the fight, it just takes too long. And that's my problem too. So here, somehow they have on invincibility. I don't know where, like, because you're dying. That's where it's coming from. So Barag pulls out, what's her name? She's actually dead, which is good. Get her out of here. Don't want her doing no more damage. Ares is dead, surprisingly. What I wish was that the freeze, right? The freeze would do like AoE damage. Like when the enemy is frozen, we're stuck in this limbo. We can't get out of it. Okay, we took out Akai, great. And Nord versus, what's his name? Heindel. We just need to touch him. That's all we need to do is touch him. Can you act? He's dead. Oh my goodness. Nord, is that tanky? Yeah, we lost. Wow. Okay. We cannot move. We can't act. We're locked out of our skill and we're locked out of healing. Alright. Killed him. Good job. Wow. So yeah, generally that's what happens. It comes down to that. But that's the one without take though. We have the one with take. It's right here. Right? The one with take is a little bit different, right? Because that effect, I think it still lingers even after take dies, right? Or maybe not. But this is gray here. So we would get a shot at take, but again, we cannot one-shot him. And also because of Carriolis, we can't rush in. So this team is actually more potent than the last one. So Maz is already dead. And that's the two things that I realized with the Vanguards and also the Assassins. Your support get blown up by the team that you're supposed to beat. Erubir. I'm not even talking about him because again, I don't expect him to do anything. He's just standing there. This is what he does. He just stands there. That's what he's always doing, just standing around, doing nothing. Ares gets packed up very fast here, and we end up losing that one. Okay, see, I'm not surprised. This energy team here is potent. I know we want to see the gems. Yeah, I know. See red gems all across the board, and of course a little bit of protection on the defensive side. Would Claire make a difference? Let's see if Claire makes a difference. We put in Claire, keep everything the same. We can move Heindel in the front now because I did it because with the facing of the Vanguard team, like when they collide, if I don't, he's gonna automatically be in our back line, right? So for me, it's like we just need something to go against. They're all on our side too, which is crazy to me, and we still can't do nothing to them. So I don't know if Awaken 7 Barag will help in this situation. I just don't see it, right? Again, they lack synergy. Claire's dead. Heindel can't move. And Ares just hasn't been doing anything. I think I got to get him to Awaken 10. So we'll end up losing in this situation. The crazy part is a lot of my teams will lose to this team. A lot of my teams. I would, even the tanks, like they struggle against this too. So again, Nord got his feet into the ground. I don't know what's going on, but again, it takes a good amount of effort just to beat that team there. But that's that there. Let's actually find a Vanguard team, another Vanguard team. So here we go, Mayhem. Let's switch over to him, and then we're getting on out of here because I'm gonna have to come back and do all of this stuff again because Barag is eventually gonna get to Awaken 7. So I don't want to put too much time and effort into seeing this. So he's triggered his first one. He should be going into his Ice Cube form, right? He just stands around. I'm talking about the enemy one. Well, actually, no. I think because they have Zamira, so he'll gain an additional cheat that. Maz, I need to work on his gears. Yeah, unfortunately, I do. To give him some additional defense. Erubir is dead. All the other things are dead. Oh man. But this is Vanguards though. You know, this is what they do. I'm not surprised. Well, we got the win there. Our Heindel just died, and let's see who did the most damage. Did our Erubir did anything? No, he didn't do nothing. Again, every time I look at the scoreboard, I'm not seeing nothing. Look at Barag though, looking good. But let's see, we'll find. Let's see if we can find a summoner team. We'll try the summoner team, and of course, you know, red gems, all of that. Yeah. Red gems. No Amat though, interestingly enough. So we took out Lu on the first strike. Nice. We're in their back line, which is great. Heindel, go to work. Your objective is to take out Anpu. That is your objective. Take out Anpu, and we'll be in a better sitting. Okay, thank you, Ares, for bringing him in the mix. But we couldn't kill him there. I see him. He's still there. He's dead. Okay, Anpu's dead. Good. Now it's time to find Deji. Right? A Serve is dead. Right? She's dead. She's not coming back. And that was that. Right? They can pack up summoners. They can. And I think we'll end it on that note. Yeah. We'll end it on that note. And let's see how much he did. He didn't do anything again. That was Heimdall's work. Of course, Barag did some work too, and so did Ares. But Mr. Erubir here, nothing. Nothing at all. So again, for me in PvP, I'd rather use Claire. I just want to run it back with Claire and see, because again, the damage increase that Claire gives, the damage reduction, it would make Ares better. So let's just run it with Claire. We beat them, but that was also killing off Heimdall though, right? So this is great because he's just in the back line, and oh man, I wish the wave was strong enough to kill Heimdall. Actually, I think not Heimdall. I mean, what is his name? Anpu. Well, Heimdall's just clearing them out. But this is the thing though, if you have a strong enough Heimdall, you don't need to worry about the rest, because he'll just come in and take out the whole team, right? Right? Yeah. Where's the bear? I was looking for the bear. He's not there anymore. But again, I think that's it. Yeah. It was even quicker. I wasn't looking at the time, but it was quicker. Again, as you can see, Awaken 9, Heimdall, doing things, right? Got it done. Let's see, what level is the okay, not even a max dodgy. Okay. Well, I know. Leave me alone. They won. They got that win there. This was the other guy we faced. Alright, we'll face one more energy team, right? We'll face one more energy team. We should be able to beat this one. This is a Terran based energy team. I don't even know why people run this. It's not. Skino needs to be awakened for this team to become relevant, where he literally casts his protection in the beginning. Ravenna's down, so it's basically a wash here. And I don't think he has Seikai. I couldn't see if he did or not. It didn't matter. I was gonna get washed anyways. But you need to go Atlas with your energy team. Point blank period. So we'll get on out of here. We'll talk about this guy. So buffing his damage, right? Is it enough for PvP? No. Definitely not. I'd run Claire over him for right now. For right now, I run Claire over him because, again, I have an Awakened 9 Claire. Some people have Awakened 10 Claire, right? If you don't have Awakened 10 Claire or 7, for PvP, maybe he's a better choice. But for me, he's just not doing any damage in PvP, right? PvE, his damage went up, but again, we don't use Vanguards like that in PvE unless it's Vanguard content. And I think it's up too, right? Let's see. Is it up? I think it is. Let me see. Go back here and go to here. Yeah, it is up, but I'm not going to attack that because it's 35. They're not beating 35. Let's see what we're running. They're not beating 35. I've tried. They're just not. Right? I still haven't beaten 35 on that. Maybe we need a new Vanguard. Look at that. But again, the other question is he really worth getting? He's a new hero. Get him to Immortal, right? At least his damage is a little bit better. For newer accounts, he's going to be great, right? Because he does have cheat there and he has a revival, so he can sit up front. You know, he's not going to get one-shotted. He'll die, come back to life. Put some damage reduction on him and HP if they're a newer account. But for me, a damage buff in PvE is not enough. PvP, that's where I need you. That's where Vanguards, they shine, right? So again, that is that there. If you made it this far in the video, the word of the day is Vanguards. I guess that A9 Heimdall was looking pretty good. It should have been his video to begin with. But if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for updates, guides, tier list walkthroughs, and of course, the Fun to Play series. For those that are rocking with me, let me know down in the comments how you feel about Erubir. Did you bring him to Immortal, or do you still have him at 1 copy? Without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Until the next video, peace.